evening to SWSR Shark v Broom this evening as quali starts at the Bathurst circuit. Special event tonight from New South Wales, where a team assembled by Shark will go up against a team assembled by Broom. 12 v 12, winner takes all, shootout effectively, an end of season special we're putting together. We'll just jump on board with somebody and we'll watch them put the lap in. Just on board with Smiths in the Alpine. If someone could tell me if the audio's working okay, that would be great. And we're back. Apologies for that. Had a bit of an audio issue there, but I foolishly forgot to start party chat. So yeah, just follow Smith round. Comes over the start finish line here for what looks like the first of his hot laps. And down into second for the first corner. Grabs a little bit understeer, a little bit hot, runs it wide on the curb. Takes it down, car ahead of him. Broom in the BMW, uses him for a bit of tow, swerves out from behind him. Keeps the foot planted. Just past the vineyard into this tight right-hander. And then a little tricky section here as we go up the hill. Gets the nose turned in nice. Then it'll be flat. I think it should be flat through here and then flat back through this one if he's got it set up right. And he is, runs it close to the wall. And then we have over the left a little lift. And a little lift again over the crest and just turn it in and get back on the power. Oh, that's a good lap. Here we go, tricky section. Downhill corkscrew. Initial braking's tough. Woofed. This is impressive. Little Alpines getting thrown about here. He's really pushing the Alpine through all this. And then what I'm going to name Bentley Bend comes round here, gets nose tucked in, power on early. I don't know if you see the Alpine top out here, but indication. He's got it pinned, 6th gear, keeps it in. Push to the left, use all the track here. Cut back across the right, and then probably hit the brakes around about 100 yard board. There he is. Drifting in well. Power up early now. It looks like this should be an easy last corner. It's actually a tricky one. See what Smiths does here. So difficult one to nail the brake in. Curb can bounce it. It's a perfect. This will be a great lap. 15-1, puts him in third. I think that's a solid lap. See Goldie here in the Mercedes throwing it about a bit. See the difference in the cars. Smiths was very aggressive through here. Go get a bit more cautious. Oh, and he's got a car ahead of him. That's compromised him. His teammate. I'm not sure who that was. Maybe Raku, maybe? Not great for him there. Lap ruined. Cut to Joey Vizina and the Maserati. Let's see what we can do. What we told in the chat was Shark. So there he goes. Pops it in. Foot down. Climbing up the hill. No ABS, no traction control, so got to be careful here. You hear him locking it, and yeah, locks it, goes deep onto the marbles. That's going to just be. That's that lap ruined for him, I guess. There's not really much come back from that. That's Unsworth and the other Maserati, see how he does. It's going to be tricky braking sections in here. As he comes down the mountain straight. Head up to Griffith's Bend. As I said, vineyard on the left. Lovely looking property. Brake just at the entrance there. It's down, gets it turned in. Picks up the power really early. There you go. Cutting, difficult corner. Takes a very narrow line there, but works for him. Through quarry corner. Filming Park. Filming Park, I think maybe next one is. Try to remember this. A little lift there, perfect. A little lift again. As it turned in. A bit cautious there. He would be with no traction control. And then here he goes. Skyline. BS's. And into the Dipper. And a Maserati. It's quite impressive this. It's getting turned in. You see he's actually using the gearbox to steer the car a little bit there. Difficult corner here, force elbow, and then down the corner straight. This is where the Maserati's in its own here. This is where the Maserati comes into his own. He's just got the power down, keeping it down, into 6. Nearly 270 kilometres on the brakes. Doesn't lock. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have just killed his lap, unfortunately. Let's just have a look at what we got. So Lane leading the way in the Alpine, 2:13.09. Rico, usually in a Chevy, running Maserati tonight for Broom. Second, a 2:14. Then we've got Brunner in the Porsche, Raku in the Mercedes, Smits in the Alpine. So the Alpine looks pretty handy around here. Try and pick up some of the guys at the back. Let's have a look at Marcher in the KTM. Let's see what it's all about. He's just now coming down this long straight. You get a good idea of setup here as they come through the right-handers. A little bump. You can just unsettle the car if it's not set up right. He gets it turned in early. There's the bump. And he's all okay. Gets it slowed down. KTM looks okay there. Turned in. Turned in again. It's all okay. Not sure if he's on a hot one here, but certainly pushing it. I think he might be actually here. Maybe on for maybe. Certainly going to improve, I think, here. Oh, this feels for that eternity going down the straight. Oh, he didn't improve there. He didn't improve. I thought he was going to go into 2:17s. Pick up next, coming round. Let's have a look at. Let's watch Broom going round here. One of the team leads. Recognise that dashboard. That's M4. M4 will be mighty down the straights. Could be a bit of a pig through the S's, I think. We'll soon find out. So there's the exit. The entry road on the left, he's in braking. He's picked the throttle up really early there, that's good. He runs it perfect. Tricky corner this one with BMW, just a little lift, and then heavy on the brakes, and then you've got to get it turned in, or it's just wrong gear there. Well set up BMW is now flat out round this. Just had to lift. Anyway, that's a confidence thing in the front end. Keeping it pinned here, it's good. This is the real test of the car now, and driver. I thought he was going to go a bit deep there, keeps it though. Snatch second a little early, upset the back of the car. Power through this now though. Forest elbow, another testing the BMW. Just a little rise just unsettles the car all the way over the front there downhill. Power down here. Here we go, through the fast from right. Lovely. Brakes nice and late. Gets it turned in. Clip that apex. It's carrying a little bit too much speed, but should get away with that. Just through the chase into Murray's corner, and it's missed an apex there. BMW Grunt's not going to rescue him. 14th. So top 10 right now is Lane, Rico, Gruner, Cousins, Morrison, Raku. Oh, Skunky just pips him. Raku, Smits, Williams, Foster. So I make that 6 Broom cars. Oh no, 6 Broom, 4 Shark. A lot of Shark boys at the back here. Need to pick up the pace a bit. 5 minutes left in quali. Just pick up someone else who's got a chance maybe of. We'll look at Max here. Max fresh off a fantastic GT4 season. Really deep in the Genetta there. Really emphasise how good that is on the brakes. Gets it round, uses all the track. Let's see how he gets through here. Obvious this is now a proper hot lap for him. Really pushing it. Car view through here. He just keeps that pin there. A little lift on the apex. Different way of doing that. Here we go through the tricky section. Oh, just took too much of that inside curb on the S's and is punished. Let's have a watch here. Some of the other Cousin's going a little bit faster there. We missed that lap. What can Lico do? He's coming up the hill. Lovely looking McLaren in the red livery. It's almost Ferrari red. That feels almost wrong to be done in those colours, but here we have. The colours the team's picked. You also see that red matches the red of the number on leaderboard, so we can just kind of keep checking where people are. Pushing this. Oof, the back end just stepping out there, gets it turned up. Good stuff. Great camera angle there as the car sweep down through. Hear it popping under the brakes there. He's just catching. Not sure who that is he's catching, but I think that would be Vizina maybe? Oh, Vizina just goes wide. Lico could do without that as he's trying to put a hot one in. Lane and Cousins, first and second, are in the pits, so I'm not sure if they're even going to set another lap. They seem to be done, so it is now down to Lico, Foster, Gruner. Don't do like Morrison either, but Skunky in the BMW had a bit of pace recently. Let's see what Lico does as he comes into this final section. It's a corner nicely. It's on the power early. Picks it up. Doesn't manage to improve. Difficult track to find pace on. We'll just pick Morrison up now in the BMW. Strong BMW driver all season. It's not been a popular choice of car, but he's made it work for him. He's in those shark colours of blue. Oh, that doesn't look very quick through there. It's only in the middle of the road. I'm going to suggest he's not on one here. And he's still pushing it. You see the splitter nearly gripping into the track under braking. This didn't look... His lines look very conservative. Well, that certainly didn't. He was running that close to the wall, but it feels like a lot of these corners are not clipping apexes and he's just got an extra couple of feet on the outside of the corners. We'll see how well he does through here. Yeah, good angle here. Breaks in. Doesn't take as much corner as anyone else. That's very clean. But it's not quite. It's tight into those apexes as we were seeing, like Lico, Cousins, etc. pulling. Lane's back out on track. Obviously thinks he's got enough time to get another lap in. Morrison keeps the foot planted as he comes down straight. It's a long lap here. Long lap. 6.2k. I believe this is one of the, almost like the Nürburgring, I believe this is a public road. When these guys aren't tearing up. BMW a little bit non-compliant there as he comes out the corner. Let's see if he goes quicker. He's 1.5 off pole. Stays 1.5 off pole. We'll see where Lane is at the moment. I thought I picked up Lane there for some reason. The camera didn't want to play ball. There we go. There's Lane. I just see Kinsey 217 crossing the line. Out of time here. Lane's still on one. Jump on board with him. See how he gets on. Oh. That's the aggressive line there I was just talking about. We didn't see Morrison hitting that, and then there as well. The car drops into it almost, bounces down into it and then turns in. What we're also seeing is Lane fighting with the car a bit, but he's actually using the downshift to turn it. You see the downshift late, just as he's turning in, just helps bring the back of the car round and the nose in. Top out along here. It's going to get close to it, I think. The Alpine's going to be perfectly geared here, and he's on brakes. Lovely. Not sure if he's going to go any quicker. Let's. It's that well. It's a clean lap. It's a good example of how to lap well. I'm not sure if he went quicker there. I think he may have. I think he may have saved the best to last. Anyway, our top 10 is going to go as first Lane, second Cousins, third, Lico. Fourth, Max Foster. Williams fifth. Grunert sixth. Raku seventh. Morrison 8th, Skunky 9, Smits 10th, Richmond 11, Unsworth 12. That is a high quality top 12, I would say. And when we have Goldie 13th, didn't quite put a lap in until late, so not sure if there had been tech issues there, but he's got a lap in. Cummins, Vizina, Broom 16th, first of the team leaders. Cox 17th, Kinsey 18th. Disappointed at that, he's been at the other end of the field all season. Privet 19th. Mate, I don't know what to say about that. I thought he was going to do a bit better. Audi's always been a bit of a battler around here though. Badiali 20th, Murray 21st, Zilakowski 22nd, Berkshire 23rd, Kai 24th, Black Cowboys 25th, Chapman 26th, didn't set a lap. I think what we might see here is these guys from probably Privet, Badiali down. I think we'll see their times improve. I'm not sure if these guys have got a lot of experience of driving Bathurst, so maybe find their feet, start to find a bit of pace as the race goes on. And I'm not sure what happened there, that Lane had just been sat on the start finish line, but here we go, we just dropped back. We just wait for the countdown to start now, so I think these guys have just got the one pit stop to make, so with an hour and 20 race with only one mandatory, could be critical here that you keep it clean. You could effectively save yourself 30-40 seconds by just keeping yourself out the wall, yourself to yourself. What you don't want to be doing is making an unnecessary second pit stop. This wouldn't be a great way to start this. So we're just waiting now for everyone just dropping off the jacks, getting ready, and almost as if it's been planned, what we see is like a whole heap of Broom cars down the right, Shark on the left, but importantly the Broom cars making up 4 of the top 5. Evening Tux. See you joined the party, I can't hear you though, so maybe need to put the mic a bit closer to those Cornish lips of yours.
Sorry about that. Evening.
Evening. Have you got the update done?
Nope, it's in process, so I'm just watching the stream until it's done.
Oh. Well, you can keep an eye on the audio and the comms then, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I will do. I might have to just take my headphones off to listen to it occasionally, but yeah, I've not seen what happened, so how was quality? It looks like there's a lot of red cars in the top 5.
Yeah, I just done a few onboards, etc. Talked through the laps. I think no surprise the guys that are making up that sort of top 6 or 7.
Looking at the grid,
guys
the whole
like
left-hand side looks blue apart from 2 spots.
Yeah, I was saying that 4 of the top 5 are Broom cars. I think 7 of the top 10 are Broom cars.
Yeah.
And I think there was a bit of reluctance for people with the Alpine, but sat on board with Lane for a lap and it looked almost perfectly geared, just about to hit the limiter as they were braking after the back straight. So, and we seen Cousins bouncing the Ginetta off the limiter all the way down that effectively.
Okay. Yeah, I saw Cousins get into second. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah. So think it's one of these odd races at an hour and 20 minutes and one mandatory stop. I think there's a bit of tactics come into this. There's also a bit of you can't afford, and this track will punish you if you make mistakes, no doubt about that.
Oh yeah.
You can't afford silly mistakes on up or down the hill.
About finding just a nice percentage where you're safe but you're quick enough. You don't want to go 100% here all the time.
Yeah, and some of the guys at the back, I didn't pick up on a lot of them on the screen, but there was definitely an element of some of the guys at the back look like they've got more time in them as confidence.
You tend to find people don't get
them,
a clean lap in quali, but we've got a lot more pace than that really.
Yeah,
but this one's all about surviving and consistency, isn't it? So I don't think grid position makes a huge difference because it's just all about minimising errors.
And we jumped in and I watched a little bit of Vizina and the downhill sections. It's so easy to lock the brakes. You see him lock the brake and then just miss apexes with it. So that's going to be a long...
Yeah, you can't afford to do that really. You know, get a good result. Just sorting out my devices.
Just watching them all drop down through. Yes, is here. I think it's Forest Elbow. Is this the bottom?
I think it is, yeah. I think that sounds right.
And then down onto Conrod Straight. I think I was calling it the Bentley corner, much to purists' disappointment last time. And the other important thing is here with teams, super important guys are switched on and maybe egos put aside here. If your teammate's quicker than you and he's behind you, you maybe just need to let him go.
They also need to look after their captains because they get triple points.
Alright, so I forgot to advise anyone of that, so even more important that Broom's got himself into 16th with Privet's 19th.
Yeah.
Broom also has a few of his own teammates around him, so that'll maybe help through the first half of the lap.
I haven't checked, but I don't know if everyone's using all the cars. We'll have to work that out afterwards, I think. It's going to take a little bit working out. Score for this one.
I only see one Audi. It's Privet. Anyway, here we go.
Chaotic is the Audi driver for the Broom team, I think. Chat.
Oh, yep. So he didn't get a lap in. I think he joined a bit late.
Okay.
Lane weaving. Lane's about to bring them over the line here. Oh, I thought he was going to dive into the pits here. He's coming round this last left-hander. He's lined them all up. It's quite an impressive looking field with the red and blue, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Ooh, thought someone was going in the pits. I might be a little bit behind you because I'm watching the stream, so I'll let you lead.
We're just watching Goldie come through, and we're through the first lanes through, brings Cousins through. Everyone looks clean. See a blue Maserati getting a little bit wide. Broom giving him a nudge. Elbows out. They're all okay. Coming up. I'm going to call it Forest Straight. I did someone can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong.
Mountain Straight is the first one.
Mountain Straight, that's correct, yeah. And we all look okay. Looks all quite respectful to start with.
Yeah, I'm about 30 seconds behind you, so I'm just kind of watching. I've been a bit late.
Morrison go really wide in BMW. Are you 30 seconds behind?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. 20 at least. But I'll be on in a few minutes. Update's getting there.
A good start. Everyone appears to be through okay. We'll just walk over through the field. Everyone's through. It's all been sensible.
First time we've seen Raku in a GT4, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is actually, yeah, good point. Oh, I think that's Barsher in the background in a I've seen a KTM sliding off. Around one of the park corners, I think it was. Just watch a bit of privet here. Tried to go around Murray. Just couldn't get it. Murray shuts the door. In fact, Barkshire's in. Oh! Not sure who that was. Was that Murray and Privet both?
Yeah, I can't help you on that one.
Chapman and Murray both coming down through Forest Elbow. Both running it wide, clipping the barrier.
Oh yeah, I'm about 15
with
seconds behind
Bentley
you.
logo on them.
Just seen that.
How far is your download in? Just trying.
60%.
God, ages away yet. We'll just pick up Lane, the leader, finishing the first lap. He's already starting to stretch it a little bit.
Yeah, my Xbox hasn't been turned on for about 2 weeks, I think. I just had to. I didn't even have it connected. Oh, someone just
Williams in the background.
I just saw someone got spammed in the loop there. I don't know if you spotted it. Blue cars seemed to.
I didn't spot it. No.
Blue cars seemed to get spammed just the penultimate corner. Might have been Shark. I don't know where he is now.
We've got Sharks now showing for me as 26th.
Maybe it was him who got spammed.
Maybe it was him. Maybe he's had an issue and dropped all the way to the back.
Let's hope it wasn't a teammate of him.
Yeah, well, that would be a tragedy. Broom's looking a bit racy in the BMW. He's not been keeping too well the last couple of days, but a brave face on it.
The fighter.
Job done here. Yeah, bragging rights up for grabs. Certainly hustling the BMW. I'm just watching him. He's got Kinsey behind him.
Did you manage to get on
just
track?
ahead of them. Goldie's just off. I think that worked out. Perfect for Kinsey there. Goldie's pings went crazy there. I don't know what's happened. However, that worked out perfect for Kinsey. Broom lifted. Kinsey kept the foot in.
Yeah.
And Shark done him a favour. So he's away now. I wonder. Broom's got Cox and Vizina behind him. I think Cox has got a bit of pace, but is in a Chevy. Flick about, see a bit more of it. Lane just doing what Lane does, cruising away. Although he has been in this position before and lost these with some stop-go issues.
Have you managed to get on track in practice for a few laps here or not?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I done 5 or 6 laps. I think I got in. I couldn't get near these guys.
Well, you were in BMW.
Yeah, and the old setups I had for it just weren't working for it, so I just gave up. I actually forgot how hard it was here, and I think I've started 3 GT4 races here and not finished any of them, so I'm not really wanting to be talking about anybody's performance around here.
That's one of my favourite tracks, to be honest with you, when I was on ACC. I won quite a few races and podiums here.
I think I've just been unlucky about here. Oof, lane goes close here. I've been just unlucky at times where I think one of the times in the BMW I'd qualied quite well, and then as you come down through the S's, somebody had just collected me, and then every other car in the field just had a bite of me as I was sat.
Yeah, it's a very tricky one to manage, but you need a little bit of luck at times.
So pick up. Maku, who's just getting harried a bit by Morrison, who looks like he's been held up by Williams a bit. Seen much for Raku tonight actually, and see that Williams just clips that Bentley logo there. Just going to let But I could get a bit of a run on him. Well, that's not his issues. He's going to let him by, but he needs to be careful not to let Morrison then get a run also. Got a little flash to the lights, just that. There you go, son. Oh, Morrison's going to have a run down the inside of Williams. Touches him. A little bit naughty, pushes him wide. Williams keeps it all together and just tucks in behind Morrison and then gives him a flash to the lights. I don't think that's a polite thank you. What we do have is some quite nice angles.
Yeah, it always is good here.
Track at. Oh, Morrison then gets it sideways, so we could see Williams have a run at him here, maybe, or is he maybe just he's too far ahead? That BMW definitely stepped out after touching the curb.
Yeah, I just saw that. Sorry, I don't know quite what to say.
Just have a little look through. I think that is our closest battle on track, really. Keep an eye on Max, see if he can reel Cousins in, but apart from that, we have a lot of guys that are running close, but we'd be reluctant to call it a battle just because they're actually running right beside their teammate. And Grunert's in the pit. Don't know what he's doing there. Car doesn't look particularly damaged, but he's in the pit.
Early pit, 1 hour, 12 minute, second stint. That's some job.
Yeah. Wonder if there's been incident there that's caused that.
Wonder why he's in the Porsche. Because they've got Kinsey in the Porsche.
Somebody else picked a BMW.
Kinsey's in the Porsche. Yeah. You could have gone on the BMW, but I don't know. Maybe you want to try it. Wouldn't have thought the Porsche is the best one to try here, personally.
No, me neither. Me neither. It's a good shout. Yeah, maybe want to be something a bit more predictable. That's the right term for it. We'll just have a little look back. We've got Smits now. Trying to get a run on Cox. Alpine's certainly in Lane's hands has looked pretty tidy. Murray's pitted as well now. Grunert still sat in the pits. Black Cowboys is now in the pits.
It's going to be a job for them to only pit once in this race, but they're going to really have to get their head down and just lap after lap without get damage.
Yeah. Oh, and we're seeing some ping issues there. Let's have a little look at what's... So Grunert's still sat in the pits.
Yeah, there seems to be some weird internet issues recently. On Tuesdays for some reason. Cox is crabbing around, isn't he?
Yeah, all three just sitting in the pits there. We're all just spaced out now, so we just got to that point of the race. Let's cut back to... So it's got Goldie now crabbing about in a heavily damaged Mercedes. Oh, we've got... I don't think my eyes can handle that, so I'm going to cut back to... Let's pick up some of the guys towards the back of the field here. Let's have a little look at how Privet and his Audi is doing. 20th, importantly, Broom is in 18th, 10-12 seconds up the road, and we've got a drive through. Number 35.
It's Murray.
Murray.
So it's only drive-through, not a stop and go. Interesting.
Oh yeah, good spot. So we also now have in the pits Silikowski and Mackay. So Murray's cleared his pit stop. I don't know whether he's picked up damage. To go in this early, you must have damage. I don't think you could have sat on the start-finish line thinking I'm going to pit after 10 minutes.
I'm just going to mute myself. I'm just about to get the update finished and get back in the game.
No worries. We'll just pick up Max Foster, just starting to close in on Cousins now. A little Janetta v Janetta battle, so he's not going to just fly past him down the straight. He's going to have to do it under the braking. A nice little battle here. lane. Rico run away for it at Broom at the start. He's pulling away from everybody now. There's sort of these slight differences in the line there. Whoa! Max has a step out on him big time there, keeps it pinned up. Yeah, you can just see different lines there. Max slightly shallower line. Slightly quicker entry, and then Cousins was a much more sweeping line and then on the power a bit early it looked like. Jeanette would be outrageously good fun to be driving here, I think. We'll just keep an eye on these guys. Max, he just lost like half a second from him there. Churio he's obviously caught up with him, so he's obviously got the pace. It's just so easy just to make a tiny mistake here. It's in the back of your mind, so there's no way these guys are going to be pushing 100% with an hour and 7 minutes still to go. Throwing it through there, I say that, and it looks very aggressive through there. Now, if he's caught up with it, well, that's Lico they're catching, so I thought Lico was maybe getting away, but they're actually reeling him in here. What would be a nightmare for Cousins here would be to catch Lico and be unable to pass him. That would effectively let Max just pull right onto his rear bumper. Murray clears his drive through. First drive through of the day. Track limits aren't too bad here, so I didn't catch what it's for. I assume it'd be speeding in the pit lane, but that would normally result in a stop-go.
It was speeding in the pit lane, yeah, I saw it come up. I'm in now.
Oh, you're in now?
Yeah. Well, cars are jumping around like crazy on my screen.
That'll take a bit to settle. It was like that earlier. We're just watching Max Foster just trying to reel Cousins in. It's probably the closest battle on track right now. They've just dropped off a bit of Lico, but they had taken a bit of time out of Lico. I'm just sort of saying it. Horrible situation for Cousins to be in, sandwiched between two red cars. If they do catch Lico, Lico will obviously just defend. That'll let Max get on. If Max gets by, then I would expect Lico will just let him go. Max will get a sort of 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, it's looking good for Team Broom at the moment. At the top of the top 10 anyway.
Yeah, certainly, yeah. Broom still ahead of Privet as well. Cox has pitted. A lot of early pit stops here.
Yeah, you got Mackay 3 laps down and Grillet 2 laps down. So that's 2 sharp drivers are kind of a long way back. Grillet's not even changed his tyres, he's just in the pits.
No,
Fix some damage maybe, I don't know.
He would surely just put tyres on just for the sake of it though.
Maybe he teleported to the pits in one lap, I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Cut to Morrison. Morrison now just...
Cox is in the pits now as well.
Catch up with Raku. Raku's just dropping off the Cousins-Foster battle, and that's allowed Morrison just to close up on him a bit. It's the BMW bouncing over the curbs there. BMW's very... Oh! Raku off!
Alright.
Strange place to lose the back end, but it's happened, and that's...
He can't get in the pits either because he was blocked by that Chevy. Don't know if he wanted to get in there. But he's going to do another lap.
So yeah, that's him now just dropped behind the Chevy. Will be Richmond, won't it? So
yeah.
Big damage there as well, bonnet's flapping.
Yeah, I thought he wanted to get in the pits there, but he probably didn't have enough time to work out what's going on, how damaged it was. But he's going to have to get through the mountain now one more time.
Good little chain of cars here. We'll just keep an eye on here.
That lane's gone off like a
Skunky in
scolded
the-
cat, and he's 10 seconds up the road already.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the second ahead of everyone at quali, so he's just going to probably put a second a lap on everyone in the race, if not more. He's got to keep it clean, doesn't he? And probably bring this one home.
Yeah.
Very competent driver.
He always says how much he loves this track, so he's got an hour now to drive around his own and stay concentrated. Just to say that, he almost lost it at Skyline.
Has he actually? Has he proclaimed this to be one of his favourite tracks?
I think so, yeah. He did it in the wet, didn't he, in the M2? Did like a lap in the wet in the M2 around here.
Oh yeah. Oh, we just went by. I'm not sure who it was. We had somebody sideways coming through the S's there.
It's Raku, he didn't make it through again. Oh no, maybe not. I thought I saw a yellow flag there on his name, but could be wrong. Maybe it's someone further back. I think it might be someone. Is it Black Cowboys? Maybe.
That could well have been actually. Yeah.
He looks like he's damaged.
At the moment, just watching Unsworth in a damaged Maserati.
Yeah, Cowboys is dropping back. So he's going to have to pit. Another sharp driver that's an issue. It's not looking good for him at the moment, but
That's still a long way to go.
there is.
So let's not
There
write
is a
them
long way
off.
to go.
And
Let's just have. Are they all going to stick with it? They're way off the back.
I wonder if the kink here, I'm just thinking out loud here, I wonder if the kink as they come down the Conrod straight, is that probably the fastest corner in GT racing?
Could well be.
I can't think of many other corners where a lot of these guys are, where cars are topping out and they're taking corners.
I love that corner.
There's a bit of an art to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
If you just miss that apex, you're in a horrible position trying to get it slowed, and there's a little bump that can just unsettle you as well there. There's an art to it.
Coming down there side by side is one of the scariest things. On the inside, not knowing if the person on the outside is going to yield or not.
Yeah, and that person on the outside being me. That's when it really gets scary. So watching Raku trying to battle his way back through again, right on the tail of Richmond.
Has he not pitted? I expected him to come in. He's obviously
No, he's just
up
just
full
throwing it
enough.
out there. Well, Skunky's doing okay as well. And an immaculate BMW, I think. I don't think I've seen any damage on that. It's just
It's the
getting
Cop's
the job
curse.
done in ninth there. Yes, maybe I should try and help Shark out there and just start cursing.
He was saying though, I think I read in the week that when he was on pad, he hated this track, but now he's on wheel, he really likes it. So I think it's one of those tracks that, yeah, on the pad I can see why it would be fun, but on the wheel, I really love this track.
I think I'm a hate this track kind of guy. Watching Raku just come through. We're down this Conrod straight.
If it was up to me, mate, I'd have this in every season. But I think that would cause uproar.
Did we not do one season where this was wet?
Nah, we haven't done that. It's a good idea though. Everyone can blame you for that when we put that in.
Oh yeah. Alright, yeah, let's do an M2 race here in stormy weather. And just see how many people finish. And down at the back where Mackay, Gruner, Black Cowboys, the last three on track at the moment. And then we've got Murray,
We've got
Zielkowski and Cox
Smits
who've
right
all been
behind
stopped.
Vecina, and just quite a good battle,
Yeah.
isn't it?
What Vecina doesn't want is an Alpine buzzing about behind him whilst he's trying to manoeuvre the land yacht around this track.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to let the adrenaline get the better of you in the Maserati and just start running a bit deep,
Yeah.
hitting the brakes a little hard, locking up.
I haven't driven it much, to be honest with you, so I can't say I have much experience with the Maserati.
Yeah, I tried it. It was horrible, so that was the end of it. That was the end of it. Although, yeah, we do have guys that seem to specialise in the Maserati a bit. Unsworth's always a bit quick in it. He's struggling a bit today, but never know when. Can pull it back. You can tell just watching this now, Smith's really pushing this.
Yeah. It's quite a nice little car to drive now, the Alpine. When this game was first, it was almost undrivable, I thought, but unless it's the last 6 months, it's not bad, I think. It's not got the top speed, maybe sometimes, but it seems to be working out here, doesn't it?
Yeah, people just used to complain that it was just, oh, Richmond just clips a wall, and then Raku just hits. I just flicked to them there, and then it's like every time I go to Raku, he's bouncing off the wall. He's got to pit now.
You would have thought so.
The thing's barely held together now, so let's just watch him as he go through, just see if he pits here, or watch them down through all this section. Still looks to be comfortably pushing it along, so we'll just hang out there. Maybe it's not that bad. We'll
The more
see.
damage, the more it feels like an M2. It's quite comfortable in those.
Oh yeah, maybe that's his plan. Absolutely wreck it so it drives like something he's familiar with. Goldie pits.
Yeah. There's 3 drivers though, all from Team Shark, who are behind the guys who've pitted. And they haven't pitted.
Yeah, that's not a good place.
Well, they haven't changed
Back to
tyres
lane.
anyway. Well, Smith is really close in the last corner now. He's not going to go for the move there.
Just cut to him.
Maserati's
Really?
gone a bit wide, I think. Yeah, a bit of dust kicked up. I don't think this. Alpine's not going to be able to do it.
The Maserati power.
Oh, he's going at the
will help him.
inside.
Oh, he's going for it though.
Maserati had to brake a lot earlier, I think.
Brave move.
Oh, he's scared the Maserati wide. Oh,
Oh!
he's just held it. Wow, Vecina.
Vizina.
Fair play. Avoided a
Next
bit of.
issue for Vizina here though is, although Black Cowboy's a few laps
Yeah,
down,
you can let him
but
go if it needs to. He just got away with that damage there, which is nice. Because he might be 3 or 4 seconds behind Smith now, but could have ended up with 20, 30 seconds
that
of damage
could
there.
have, yeah, could have been disastrous. Caught it well.
Yeah. He's not driven it much either, I think. It took him by surprise that he's kind of actually doing alright with it. He's only had similar lap times in the Aston to the Maserati.
So let's have a look at Unsworth and the other Maserati. Bit of a Maserati specialist, this guy. So
Yeah, is Kinsey catching him or not? 2.1.
I think the gap's been pretty consistent there. A little bit damage on the Maserati. He's obviously had some moments. We just seem a bit spread out here. We're in that phase of the race now where you're not going to win anything here. You're only going to ruin it for yourself. Even
Blimey, Goldie's got a lot of damage, hasn't he? I just I'd look at it in the pits. His car's pretty smashed up.
is he, oof, jeez, God, he's written it off.
I don't think his internet's helping,
Genuinely
is
looks
it? But I don't know if he does that internet. It's a shame, really,
yeah,
because he
look
said it
at
hasn't
that.
been. Yes, it hasn't been bad in practice, but for some reason, Cousins has now gone up as well. But yeah, Cousins is
I
crabbing
can
a
only
bit.
think this is rather than individual error. I can only think this is a G portal issue. How we see it fluctuating like that.
Yeah,
Anyway, we'll cut on board back with Skunky, who's now got past Raku, I think.
could be an issue unfolding where Foster and Morrison are both catching Cousins, whose ping's slightly gone mental. So that's not ideal.
Foster had got to like within about a half second of Cousins, and he managed just to put a few quick laps in and just get
Cousins is
away
behind
again.
a-
So we'll keep an eye
Behind a
on that.
back marker as well, which is always ping's going to be interesting. Oh, Looks like he got let go nicely there by Murray. Another car quickly approached as well. His teammate.
Right. Is Shug going to come out the pits, do we think, or
I've
keep an
no
eye on
idea.
that? Anyway, Lane still leading, followed by Lico, 16 seconds behind. Then Cousins, Max Foster, Morrison, Williams, Richmond, Skunky, Raku, Cummins. And the first of our team leaders is Broom in 17th, with Privet 18th, 10 seconds behind him. Let's keep an eye on that battle. It'd be good to see the two team captains get together with each other.
Plenty of time for that to happen, hopefully. Goldie has come out the pits, and he is behind Migron, I think.
I think that was almost like a blankety blanky done there. He's come out the pits and is blank, angry, behind Migron. Got terrible ping. You just fill in anything you want there. I would assume he's human, not with himself, but no tech issues. And then did I see Morrison having a... Is that a back marker that Morrison's... So I think Foster's had to deal with it, and Morrison's taken full advantage of that back marker.
He was quite close actually, Foster. Morrison to Foster. He's maybe gained half a second, but
I do wonder, do you think they've got team chats open? So
possibly. I think a few of them might be. I don't think everyone wants to do that, so but a few probably do.
it's almost like every time I go to somebody, the person they're chasing down just gets the hammer down.
I can't believe Raku's keeping up with Skunky really with all that damage. I thought he was going to be having to pit, but he's dealing with it quite well.
When is it? Do you think the pit window is just the halfway point here, or?
I think as far as you can get, to be honest with you.
I wonder, having been a BMW driver, the tyres go through what I'm going to describe as a graining phase.
Yep.
And then you can get through that and the life comes back to them. So you're probably trying to go as long as possible on a set of tyres, so you only have to deal with that phase once.
Yeah, it's more of just a Mount Panorama specific strategy for me. If you're in the groove, you just keep going. And then you mitigate for any late damage that you might need to fix. If you haven't got damage and you're still going, I just keep going. Yeah, I don't think you need to worry about, for me anyway, when I raced here, I more thought, I just looked after my own race rather than thinking about anyone else if they pitted. I didn't really worry about them. I just basically survived around here and avoid damage, and it always put you in a good place, especially after an hour and a half, 20-minute race.
Yeah, you do also forget about that. We're just sort of approaching our normal GT4 length, so they've now done
half an hour.
2/3 of a race and now have another race to go.
Yeah.
Charging through all nicely though. Morrison just
Needs to put the pressure on, isn't
the
it?
back of Foster.
Raku does the pit now. Unsworth and Smith are also in the pits. So.
Morrison saved it there.
Oof.
It looked like he was going to collect the barrier at the top of the hill there, but saves it, keeps it on the road.
Lives to tell the tale.
I'm just going to cut back to, I just noticed Paddy Alley's got a good run on Chapman here.
Oh yeah, he started in the back, didn't he? He's in the KTM, is he?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
So Chapman didn't qualify. Barry Alley didn't have a particularly great qualifying, but he seems to have found some
Chapman's
pace.
gone really wide.
Forced.
Who's going to give in here because they're side by side?
Chapman's going to have to. Who's going to have to yield here? Is anyone going to yield?
I think Chapman did eventually.
I think that's sensible, really. Let's watch it here. KTM's quite a good looking race car. Looks like a race car. Oof, close to the wall.
I don't mind it, to be honest with you. It's quite fun to drive. Oh,
Oh,
Chapman. That's a big accident.
that's a huge accident.
This car's coming. Where is he? Is he in the road? Or... So he's facing the wrong way. He's tucked in at the apex. Gets it
Sensible
turned around,
rejoin.
but he's going to have to pit there. It's a huge damage.
I'm assuming the steering's broken.
Shark's coming. Oof, shark.
The shark's passed.
Chapman just needs to make it home now. Get that damage fixed and reset. Every point's going to count here.
Yep, just watching here as well, just a little update. Privet in the last 2 laps has taken 2 seconds out of Broom, so he seems to be in the groove there. Broom's just sort of driving about in his own as well. And
Richmond
really
putting the pressure on Williams now. The Chevy.
Yeah, the big yank tank throwing it about. We've been keeping an eye on the any messages or.
There's nothing going on in the chat, but if you want to play it safe, maybe do a quick pause when there's no action.
I'll see if I can have a quick listen just to make sure. And Lane seems to have. He seems to have just eased off a bit now. Lico's just keeping hold of him now.
Yeah, I think that's sensible. You don't need to win by a million seconds once you've got a good gap. I think Chapman's had another incident just for the pit lane.
The audio is sounding okay, so that's good. Chapman, as you said, another incident. So I just noticed Unsworth, Raku, Smits.
He's struggling to get back to steering, but he's just got back into the pit lane now. It's going to be a long time fixing that. His bonnet's kind of, that's the most I've ever seen it sticking in the air, I think. It's well up.
God, it looks like the time that Chug sent Broom into the Shadow Realm. Iconic image of the wrecked Ginetta. A bit further up, Richmond is really pressuring.
Talking of Shug, he's in the pits again.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, don't know why. His car doesn't look damaged this time. Morrison's in the pits too.
Shug's ping is terrible. So you want to keep an eye on just. Let's see where Morrison comes out. It'll be interesting.
Cummins is coming in too. In the McLaren. Good to see him in a GT4. Only seen him in the M2 races this season, haven't we?
I'm just saying that Shug's going to have to park up due to this ping issue. And you can see on the list here, the ping is, he's the only one suffering that right now. And it's probably not great to have to do that. It's probably sensible though, because not only are a bit of a risk to yourself, you had a risk to others about with the car jumping around.
Yeah, definitely.
So we joined Richmond when he was 0.3 off the back of Williams. He's now 1.4, so seems to be the way the stream's going tonight. It's just let's have a little. Just have a watch of Broom.
Cousins is really kind of closed up to Lico, isn't he?
Oh yeah, good spot. Good spot. So I think we've just seen Morrison come out. Pits there into 10th.
Yeah, there's a bit of traffic
Trying to
there.
heat the tyres. Is Morrison heating the tyres on the mountain straight there coming out of the
I didn't
pits?
see. I just switched to him now. It's behind Broom, I think, isn't he?
And we've seen an Aston. He is behind Broom, yeah.
So yeah, Morrison's 11th, and these guys are, Broom's not going to let him through. I don't think. Doesn't need to, and
Well,
they're on different teams.
ahead of him now he has Broom and Vizina, who This is racing for position, so they're not going to just hand it to him. They could try
The
and
Cena's
do...
20 seconds up the road, I think. But yeah, Broom is right there.
They could try and do Foster.
Is Broom going to be ruthless enough to block? On the mountain, it could be dangerous. Morrison's really hustling him.
He's hustling him. Broom's parking it. Yeah, he's parking it on apexes. But what he's doing here is he's really doing sort of Lico, Foster, Williams a favour here.
Yep. Could get interesting at the end of the straight.
Morrison. Oh yeah, this would be a good watch. BMW versus BMW. You can see Morrison's got a bit better driver. Maybe he's just running less downforce. Just seems to have so much more speed in the straight. Oof.
Broom's coming back at him.
Broom's gonna... Oh. Broom went too deep. Does Morrison keep it? Morrison just keeps it going.
They've survived.
He'll be a bit annoyed, but Morrison will be annoyed, but he won't be that annoyed. He lives to fight another day. He's past Broom.
Broom sticking up for himself, his team there. So.
That would have been controversial if he'd actually just taken him out. That would have looked...
It would have been, yeah. Luckily they got through and there's nothing major happened really, did it?
Slightly dodgy. So who do we have in the... Trying to work out now who we have. Is this Zielkowski ahead of Morrison? Zielkowski's switched on here.
But he's lapped, isn't he? So you'll get blue flags.
He should have tried to get out of Morrison's way before they hit the hill.
He's still got a chance to do it here, but he's not. So
yeah, I don't know if he was just not thinking about that there, but there's certainly an opportunity to get out of the way in a much more effective manner. Oh, he's done it there. He's done it actually really well there, I think.
Yeah.
Credit to him.
Shugs in the chat now due to pad ping. Yeah, it didn't look good for you there. There's a couple other cars that were settled down now, funny enough. Now you've given up.
Are we blaming Shug for that?
For what?
What to do?
Oh, Foster, Williams and Richmond are all in.
The race out the pits. Oh yeah. Shall we watch them, see who comes out quickest?
Well,
I think
they had a big gap, so it should come out the same way, but if there's damage involved, it could change around.
Interesting to see where they come out in relation to Morrison, and just to see how effective Broom was.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Foster's off. He's won the battle.
Foster's off, so let's... Was it Max that was in the chat who was talking about cuts the engine before he hits the pit box?
Don't know.
Oh, look at that. Perfect. He's just come out into a lovely piece of open track ahead of Vecina.
Couldn't have planned that better, could you?
Yeah.
Morrison's way back. Morrison's way back.
Yeah, so Broom's done a job on him there. Yeah, look how far back Morrison is there. So it looks like Foster, Williams and Richmond have all got out. Just another unfortunate part for Team Shark here. So nothing's falling their way right now.
It's weird, your internet's actually not bad now, Chuck. It's a shame, but there we go. The lane's in the pits. So Lico takes over the lead of the race. Cousins is in the pits too.
We've got Chappers, which I assume is Chapman, in the chat saying didn't have a second incident. He's driving my wheel upside down and needed more fuel. But couldn't do it in an upside down wheel.
I just saw a yellow flag in the last sector. But yeah, incident can mean different things, but yellow flag is caution.
Cummins is hassling Broom here. What's the name? Oh, Broom just got out his way.
Out of whose way?
It just goes out of
Cummins.
Cummins' way, I
Ah.
think. Yeah, he just opened the door, let the McLaren go right through. I don't know what the thinking there was.
Skunky's pitted now. Shark's in the pits.
So Shark in the pits. I wonder how he'll do.
So just 3
Broom's been in a bit
cars now,
battles
which
there,
is
so-
Lico, Kinsey and Broom, who will not have pitted.
Oh yeah, Lane's in and out the pits. And around that big right-hander in second. Cut to... Williams, I thought Williams was a bit closer than that, but it's because Vizina went in the pits.
We got a Maserati with big damage. Is that Antwerp?
It must be because Vizina's in the pits. Let's have a little look. Oh my goodness. Yep. He's going to have to pit here, isn't
That's
he?
the
on
leader
route speed
taking over in there. It's not another bad one for Shark. I don't know how this is going to tot up, but this I think the Shark team's got it all to do.
Shark Cena might join back in. Certainly the way this is going, could be worth his time doing that.
Well, you're going to need to do 60% of the race laps to get points, so yeah.
Oh, I don't know what's going. Unsworth didn't call it a day on that.
Oof. It's a
Stayed
brave
out.
man.
He's obviously pitted for tyres
Yeah,
already,
yeah, he has,
so
he has.
it would be an unscheduled stop. But you just seen the McLaren just drove past him on the straight, and he's going to come right out behind Vizina. So let's just watch this a bit. We're going to have wrecked Maserati versus Maserati on cold tyres battle up and down the hill.
Broom's in the pits now.
Well,
So's
Neil
Lico.
B's just in the chat as well, saying he's had an incident.
Ah, okay.
What we need to do is we need to try and keep an eye on, is Broom just pitted? We'll try and
Yeah.
cut back to him just to see where. Oof, Unsworth.
I'll have a look. Privet is coming to the end of the back straight now. Sounds like Broom might have some damage, so could be close.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see where they come out. As you say, triple points for these guys.
Well, Neil's already left though. Neil's back out, so he's got a good gap to go in there.
Oh yeah. He does have a handsome gap there, eh? He's managed to probably put the time on it.
They've now got Ed Cox between them, have they? Or was that an error of the scoreboard? I don't know.
No, I think
No, yeah. His ping's come down as well. Goldie's back out there.
that's Goldie back out there.
6
Let's
laps
keep an eye
down,
on
but
ping.
yeah, stick at it. It's
like
19
it
laps,
is,
so we're probably going to have about 30 laps, something like that.
We
So,
also haven't mentioned here is Grunert's got this up to 22nd now. I know he still needs to do a pit stop, but he had a stop really early on that pretty much lost it. Easy a lap, I would have thought.
yeah. I think that happened to him in the team battle as well, didn't it? He's not having a bit much luck at the minute in these longer races. Silverstone, I think, I seem to remember being him being at the back.
Yeah. I think he hung in there as
Yeah,
well.
he did.
didn't
He
had
finished the race,
contact
yeah.
early on. Just hung in and finished the race. Only bounces a Porsche over the curb there. Risky business, I would propose.
It's Morrison, who was pressuring Foster, wasn't he? Is now not only behind Foster, but he's behind Williams and Richmond. He's 9 seconds behind Richmond.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
So
time.
top 5 at the moment is Lane, then Kinsey, who
Unsworth has
hasn't pitted.
pitted.
Lico,
For that damage.
Cousins, has he?
Yeah.
Yes. Sensible. Cousins, then Foster, Williams, Richmond, Morrison.
Kinsey's
Skunky,
now in
then
the pits, the
Cummins.
last man to pit, apart from Migron.
Yeah, I wonder why Gruner didn't. Well, like you say, he could have jumped back to the pits, I guess, so we don't know what's happened there, but I expect him in soon. Just trying to see if there's any battles going on at the moment, but just in this phase where we're all spread out, so let's have a little look at Lane, doing Lane things up front.
He hasn't won in a little while, has he? I know in M2, but in GT4, I don't think he's won the last few intercom
what
races.
I'm noticing there is there's a little bit of damage to the front of his car now. He's not been behind anyone to damage the front of the car, so
Tap on the wall, I'd imagine.
must have had a moment somewhere, and Rico's only 16 seconds behind him now, so he's obviously scraped it down a wall somewhere.
I'll have a look at some lap times a minute and see what I can find out.
Well, that's good watching him. Just it's a good example of how you use all the track. Kicks up sparks there through the S's.
No, I can't look at lap times, unfortunately.
And he's just got Chapman, his teammate, ahead of him. Oof, Chapman. I don't know what happened there. There's polystyrene everywhere.
Yeah,
Chapman
I just
was
seen
off
that.
to the left on the straight. Is he having some issues? He seems to be tracking that way quite hard. I wonder if Chapman's going to come in and pit this thing in again. Kicking up dust. It's all over the track here. He's going to have to get out of Lane's way. Where did he go? Chapman's pulled it over.
Call it a day, maybe. Won't be getting points, I don't think. You need to. You're gonna need to do at least 60% of the race. Leaders laps, which is gonna be about 30. So you're gonna have to do about 18 laps to get points.
Just cut back to Cousins there because it looked like he was pulling up in the back of Rico, but went from 8 tenths behind to 1.4 behind. So let's have a little look at the guys that are a bit further back. Black Cowboys. He's been about a bit. Not seen him on track too much, but he's been about the Discord for a while. So music producer in his spare time when he's not racing Aston Martins around the world.
You listened to a bit of that, haven't you? I know you like your music.
Yeah, I have, yeah. Yeah, I have actually, yeah. He put a link up to his SoundCloud. EDM.
So I'm just thinking Buddy Ali's maybe one to watch. He's 1 second behind Smith now. They're teammates though. And Richmond's right, but Richmond's right behind Williams. And there's
Oh, yeah.
Unsworth's in there as well. Cousins is really catching Lico as well. Lico's lost him time because he said he's 16.5, he's now 19 behind Lane.
So, yeah, wow, Richmond is hassling.
Yeah.
Williams here. Williams has done a grand job here. He's just crept up into this top 10. I've not really seen.
No, I
much
don't
of
think
him
he's
on-
100% comfortable in the Aston. I think he prefers to be in the McLaren, but he's doing a good job.
I think if you're not comfortable with a car starting with a race this long on this track, you can start to find a groove and start to find pace. It appears to be what he's done. Let's see how he deals with Richmond. Harrying him. Remarkable. It looks like Unsworth's behind him and he's damaged the Maserati again.
Yeah, done it too bad. Well, it's not.
Just watch them come down here. Richmond's getting right in behind him. Certainly not going to make a pass here. You've got to try and get a run out of this section. I think if anything though, Williams would just shut the door. You're not going to go down the inside there. Tricky last corner that. Just that curb on the inside. If you clip it, it just bounces you a bit wide. Here we go. I think if anything, be about who gets the great drive out of this. They both got a good drive in the background. Unsworth wide again. Is there any other battles out there? I don't think there is.
Adiali.
Oh yeah, Baddy Alley right up in the back of his teammate. Just watch a little bit more of Richmond here, just see if he can get a move done. And can't help but think it looks like Richmond's actually driving a NASCAR around here. It looks like Williams has just got enough pace that although Richmond's got on the back of him, doesn't look like he's going to be able to make a move on him. And then I was going to cut back to Baddy Alley there, but he's just dropped off a bit.
Yeah, it's big gaps now, isn't it, mainly? And Cousins is threatening to make a go for second, but keeps getting close and then dropping back off again.
And we've got Chapman just saying his wheel issue, tech issue with the wheel.
Okay.
And thanks for the season, go Team Broom. So you could see he was having issues. The car was tracking to the left through the polystyrene markers.
Right.
Couldn't Richmond do anything here? Just looks like the Aston just looks a bit better on braking, which is going to make it near on nigh on impossible for that Chevy to get by him. And you see Unsworth in the background in 17th there. So as it stands at the moment, we have Broom, Shark, Broom, Shark, Broom, Shark in the top 10. So it's actually
yeah, it could be close.
although Broom's got first and second, like the Shark guys are starting to come through the field with 25 to go now. Privet's back in the pits.
That's not good.
So
And Grunnert's pitted.
and so's Grunnert's pitted as well.
Adiali's now back on the back of Smith's again.
Oh, and then we just seen Richmond bounce the NASCAR off the barrier there. Just lost a bit of time. Just couldn't hang on to the back of him, pushing too hard, obviously.
And that's Morrison a little bit of front end damage. If he's obviously been pushing hard, I think he's dropping back off Richmond now. He's got his bonnet's popped up a little bit.
Good.
Oh, he's at the wall again just there. So
Good spot. The thing is with this track, when you get some damage,
it just
that damage then leads to understeer or oversteer, which then just starts a chain reaction of little knocks.
yeah, absolutely. Oh my
Oof.
goodness me, that's a big crash.
That's a big one.
That's one of
Not
Shark's
seen
biggest scorers there.
Yeah, it's a big scorer, and he's jumped back to the pits. That's trouble.
Yep.
Is there any other battles out there? Let's have a little look.
Ruling race is starting to take its toll now.
Privet is right back. Oh no, it's not Privet. That must be Mackay, maybe right behind Berkshire. I don't know if that's for position or
No, Mackay is
Berkshire in the
24.
KTA, maybe a lap up.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult for these guys now when you're they kind of laps down. He's maybe quicker than Berkshire here, but he needs to give Berkshire a respect as this isn't for position, so nothing crazy. Interesting choice for Berkshire.
Yeah. Don't know where that came
KTM.
from.
Yeah, me neither. 19th with it. I wouldn't say it was particularly sort of good my first season type car.
He's really improved at the end of the season, Berkshire, isn't he? Just needs to get that consistency going, and he'll be getting lots of points next season, I think.
Yeah, I was saying to him about as well as himself getting the consistency, there is a bit of you need to learn the guys that are around you as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Of what you can and can't do and how they drive and how they're going to react to stuff. So I think a lot of the time, correctly, he's been
Cummins in the pits
quite
now,
cautious,
damaged. It's all it's going to pop for Team Shark, I think. It's another high
it's bad
scorer
damage
going
as
in.
well. Yeah, so Lane leading us round, Lico in second, then we got Cousins first of the Shark cars. Here he comes. Yeah, it's still lovely in one piece though. And then we have Foster in fourth with another Janetta in one piece. Then we got a gap back to Williams. Then Richmond. Do we have any battles out there yet? I don't think we do.
Adiali's the closest one, I think. 1.3.
It's on his teammate though. It's the hipsters race. Alpine versus KTM.
Talking of hipsters, where's Devil tonight?
I don't know where he is tonight actually, that's a good point. I thought he might have jumped in and joined us.
Yeah. He's having a rare Tuesday off.
Yeah. Cricket is cricket tonight for him, isn't it? So
I think he's hiding because he don't want to get ribbed about GDC getting beaten in the team battle.
oh yeah. He's probably still hurting from that.
Yeah, I thought so.
Expected a bit more from GDC in the team battle and it just didn't happen for them on the evening. Steve done his bit, but
yeah, I think it's more the
guys
Intercon just smashed it, didn't they?
yeah, Intercon particularly strong team though. It was a strong team. Got
Ooh, Cox is close to
just cut to that now. He just got Broom in
Yeah.
13th. I don't know where he's got that from, but he now has a Cox right behind him, and then
that's Richmond behind.
that's Richmond is. So
Where's Williams? He's just ahead of that then. They got
so yeah, Williams must be.
he's just ahead. He's just going into the forest.
Oh
elbow.
yeah, 5 on 5. Yeah, he has. Yeah, so.
But they're red cars. They're not going to let go of the blue car very easy, are they?
No.
Although Broom looked like he almost got on the grass then let him through. He is on the grass.
He is on the grass. I don't know what he's doing there, and that's just going to let.
Just as I was saying, they're not going to let him
Cox
through.
sweep
He
by him as well.
literally almost put himself in the wall to let him through.
What Broom needs to be careful of here is, although Unsworth had his moments, he's only 3 seconds behind, and he's quick. So.
Ooh, Broom having some twitchy moment on my screen there in the last corner. I don't know if that was just a connection thing.
I never picked up on that. I was sort of looking and I see we've got
Cummins
coming out.
He was really close to Lee Coast from way back now, so he's just settling for third, or he's got some damage. Looks okay.
So I'm going to stick with us a little bit here. So we got Broom just behind Cox, but behind him Unsworth's taking 2 seconds out of him here.
Interesting battle. 20 minutes to go.
So, and then is Cummins actually? It's hard to know now whether it's Cummins on track. I think is behind them, but I don't know whether the timing screen's not just updated or.
I think Cummins might be lapped. 'Cause he just spent a lot. I think he might have just spent a lot of time in the pits then. He looked that Zielakowski is 16th and he's 2 laps down.
Oh, good shout. Good shout. Barcher up to 17th now. Who's going to watch this? Unsworth is really pushing that Maserati about now. He's got Brooms in his sight now. Does Broom try and hold him up, mess about with him a bit, or does Broom just let him go and just try and get finished and get points ahead of Privet? Nope.
I think he just focuses
Maybe we
on
just
his
keep it
points.
clean now.
Yeah.
Oh, and just ahead of him, Cox has just put it into Forest Elbow hard. So we now have a Chevy ahead of them that's got a bonnet flapping about. Unsworth right up on Broom now. He's almost pushing him. It's almost a NASCAR move. He's pushing him down the straight, pulls out, he's just going to sweep back. Oh no, goes back in behind.
Yeah, couldn't get the move done. The BMW held it.
I thought the Maserati might have just had the top end there. Seen Broom under pressure through this section, just get it too deep, but doesn't this time. Is Broom going to defend here? He might need to. No, he doesn't. This is also, I think it is Cummins, it's just catching up at the back of them as well, so...
Yeah, I imagine he'd be quicker than him. He's fixed all his damage and he was in top 10, wasn't he?
Yeah. Cox damaged, isn't pulling away now. So if Unsworth can get past Broom, I would imagine it won't take him much to get
Might be worth
Cox, and that's
Cox letting Broom go and trying to hold up the blue cars.
oh yeah, tactics
Well,
in.
Broom gets triple points, doesn't he? So he's
Broom goes
wide
deep there.
Yeah.
Unsworth's just forcing issue now. Is he going to yield here? Is he going to be... Has he got the knackers to keep
Oh, the
that in there?
Maserati just brushed the barrier on the outside there.
Unsworth gets it done. Broom makes it easy. Now Broom now has Cummins.
Yeah, but
He's
Unsworth
not
did hit the
battling
wall
for
there.
position.
I don't know if you saw that, but he took some damage in getting that move done.
It's only a mere flesh wound for that Maserati now after what we've seen and how he's drove that.
It's
And
right on Cox as well,
else.
and he's Cox is definitely struggling.
Yeah, Cox took a big one.
Yeah.
He bounced off the wall, so trying to also just... It's hard with all these lap cars, but so Cummins isn't racing Broom for position here. Broom would be better just letting him go, because all that's going to happen here is Cummins is going to force him along, and then that's just going to breed mistakes, issues. He doesn't need any of that. You see Unsworth's now into half a second behind. He's
Did
he's
you
right
see that?
underneath. Cox up on two wheels. Just inviting Unsworth
Not only have they
to
got
have a go.
Cummins, who's lapped approaching, they've got Goldie, who's behind Cummins as well, who's probably got some decent pace, but he's right at the back. So there's ping issues. So it's going to be some interesting lapping scenarios and unlapping scenarios here. As Goldie's goes on the inside of Cummins and was too much to curb him.
Oof. Yeah, just bit back at him there. So, how far behind is Cox? A lap down on Vizina?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so Vizina can just take the Maserati crown. It's a great drive from Vizina beating
I
Unsworth.
think
on Maserati.
I don't know if he's half a lap ahead or a lap ahead, I'm not sure. On that one, actually.
He's maybe just half a lap ahead. Not going to catch him in 14 seconds unless he makes a mistake in
Yeah,
the
he's
train of cars.
Kate just came up 59 seconds behind. Cox is behind Vecina. It says a minute behind him. Then disappeared just straight away again because of the time board.
Broom is now hassling Unsworth. He wants the position back. Has Unsworth made a mistake that's allowed Broom to catch in, or has Broom just decided this is his moment?
I think. I'm not sure actually. Oh, Cox is shugged now, approaching him.
Cox has dropped right off this. What Unsworth is doing is Just letting Cummins get right back on him. I'm wondering if we've got the bonnet flapping again on the Maserati.
Oh,
Have we
yeah.
maybe missed a little touch somewhere?
Must have done.
Just going to cut up for. Is there any other races?
Broom's going to go
So
for a
we've still
move.
got
Broom's
Lane.
going for the move on the Maserati.
Oh,
He's got it done.
he has got it done as well. And we're struggling here, Broom's.
He's going to get damage, isn't he?
Let's keep an eye
He's
on
got
this.
13 minutes to survive as well. It's not.
There's a long time out there to survive. However, the psychology of this swings a bit now. Now that Broom's now ahead of Unsworth, it's a different type of pressure.
Who's in the blue Alpine? Is that Smits?
Smith's,
He just hit the wall hard. Oh, and there's a Sharks just had a huge crash on the straight. Oh my god. That's a massive accident. It's just behind.
Oh my god, I just cut to it and then I've just been dashboarded, so
Oh god.
I'll get it loaded back up.
Team
I just
Shark.
cut to it and I could just see.
I just saw it. He was behind Smits, and I was just talking about Smits. And I saw in the background this Audi just jackknife and on the straight into the wall, and then bounced back onto the truck. And a red car got collected as well, but I didn't know who that was. I think it's Lane. Oh, the race leader got collected.
Oh no, and I'm missing all this. This is disastrous.
Lane's in the pits. If there was proper like wheels off, Lane would have lost his wheel because it was such a hard hit. His damage is huge. Absolutely massive. You can hardly get into the pit lane.
Are you able to watch the replay on that one?
Yeah, but obviously everyone else can't see it.
I was just wondering if you were wanting to sort of portion blame on anyone.
I can have a look at it, but I think we'll probably leave that to afterwards.
Green light, give it okay.
Are you almost back in, or?
I'm back in. I'm back in. So I'm back in. So I can see Lane is in the pits and now second. Hands it to my favourite Portuguese.
Yeah.
The Leakster.
I think Team Broom should still be okay, but he's going to be gutted. Lane there through no fault of his own, I don't think. But we'll have a look.
If he's been taken out by the Shark team leader. So I'm back in. Richmond. Who's that behind Richmond? Is that Kinsey actually for position with a?
Okay, so Shark's got big damage. He's lost it on the mountain a couple of times before he gets there. That actually kind of looks like it might cause Smets to hit the wall, but he's then coming down the straight and ends up in the grass and across the track. And then that's such a hard hit on Lane as well. Don't know what happened there.
Still sat in the.
I do not know.
Not left the pits yet.
I think Shark's steering was gone already, and he drifted onto the grass and then hit a barrier at quite high speed.
Shark's now into the pits, along with. Why is Cousins in the pits?
I don't know. Didn't see
That's
that.
a bizarre pit stop for him. However, it leaves us with Lico, Foster, Williams all leading the way for Broom. Just witnessing, who would that be? That would have been Cox, I think. Just lovely getting out of the way, letting Lico go.
Oh, interested to see how much damage Lane had from that. I reckon it might be 2 minutes plus. I just
now down in 11th.
Yeah, he's just dropped. He's got a now clean car. He's going to get He's just in front of Unsworth, by looks of things. But I think Unsworth must be lapped, or are they on? I don't know if they're on the same lap or not. To be honest.
So Unsworth's coming out the pits again.
Yeah. Or no, is it Unsworth? Yeah, it is Unsworth. He just. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So Privet's just messaged me saying that wasn't intentional. I don't think anyone expected or thought that would be intentional.
Richmond's making a move on Williams.
Just cut to that.
He didn't quite make it down. He's going for the outside. He's not giving up on this podium there. It's only a podium now because Lane's had to drop out so far back.
Richmond just gets on the power a bit early. Back end steps out. Keeps the boot in.
I think these guys are quite looking forward to the checkered flag now. It's getting a bit.
Yeah. It's a fair, we've seen a lot of damage now. Like we've seen it, not seen any particularly poor driving standards. I don't think we've just seen this track catching people out, and it's a difficult track to concentrate for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Richmond hunting down Williams now.
7 minutes to go.
So Lico leads us, Foster second, Williams third, Richmond fourth, Skunky fifth, Kinsey now up to sixth, Raku seventh, Baddy Ali eighth, Smits ninth, Cousins 10th. And we just got Richmond harrying Williams. He's going to make a move. He's just managed to force Williams into a little error, opens the door, he's through. So Richmond's going to take that third position for now.
Drive from him in the Chevy today.
Yes. Oh God. It's not like it. Although maybe the Chevy's suited to the track here. Oh, and in the background I just seen a
it's Murray.
Porsche go really deep. Is that Murray? That's going to then have Unsworth. I think that isn't for position. I think Unsworth's a lap ahead, but he's now got Unsworth right behind him. Can Williams have a bit of a fight back? Does this make Richmond the lead Shark driver in third? I think it does.
Yeah, it does.
And they boys have Lane behind them. What do you do here if you're Williams? You let Lane by? And then let Lane have a shot at
38 seconds behind Vecina. I think Lane would be better off leaving. I don't know. Actually, he's just got overtaken, so maybe let him go and see if he can slow down Richmond by unlapping himself on. I don't know. Are you pressing X at all or not?
No.
Okay.
I know not to do that,
Yeah,
so I'll just
fair
try
enough.
and jump back in again. This is a pain.
So I'll keep you updated if anything happens. At the moment, looks like Richmond's pulling away. No other close laps, 4 minutes 40 to go. There's 2 laps to go. For the leader.
It's been gifted this, hasn't he? But he'll take it.
Yeah, you got to be there to accept it, haven't you? Silver Lane now, Sublime Drive and the Alpine. Found his new car, I think, but he'll be gutted with that one. He's dominated the race. Pole position by second. And stuff intentional, but yeah, huge accident on the back straight.
Yeah. Really not great for him there. Feel for him. He's just had that kind of bad luck. a little bit, hasn't he? It's,
It's just unlapped himself against his teammates. He's behind Richmond now. Might drag Williams along with him. Maybe unsettle Richmond. Give Williams a chance at the podium.
help if I could remember the password, but I'm in. I'm back in.
Green light. Go, go, go.
What I'm going to do, I'm just going to... Oh God, look how bad that looks. Just when you first log in, it looks like everything's some sort of drift competition, because at the moment we're watching Richmond drifting
somewhere
Chevy
along
around.
Lane made a mistake, I think, because Williams got back past him. Williams now right at the back of Richmond. So you head down the mountain.
And Williams here. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to go into any of the drive views, because every time I'm doing that now it's punting me out.
Okay. Williams is really close here, but he's almost gone too deep into the forest elbow. Just about didn't get the best exit, I don't think. So I don't expect him to challenge here in this straight.
Richmond just scarper away a bit.
No other battles, I don't think, really. Zielikowski maybe getting closer to Cox. That might be one to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. I think this is the little battle here, though. I think there's obviously no team chat going here. What Williams should
Williams
do
would have let
is
Lane. He let him through before, and Lane made a mistake. Dropped back behind.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I was going to say, let him through, and then let Lane.
Yeah, but he's running out of time now.
And
He's
see
running
if
out
you
of
can
time.
take advantage.
Yeah, he might only have another lap. I think it might be better just to leave him to it. It was okay the previous lap, but I don't think there's. I think Lane should probably back off now. Just let Williams have a go. This could be the last lap, depending on where Lico is.
Yeah, so Lico is currently just at the top of the mountain.
Yeah, so could be the last lap.
So, yeah, I don't think he's be close. I don't think he's good. So it could be the last lap. Yeah, I think you're right. Lico. Fantastic for Lico. Let's just see where he is. Now just coming back through Forest Elbow. Keeps it clean. Plenty of time. 45 seconds as he hits Conrod Straight. He's maybe going to make it over here, you know.
He's got 7 second gap behind him if he wanted to back off, but don't know how long he's going to do it. He might.
I don't know if he'd be thinking of that in the moment. I think he's going to get another lap in here. I'm just watching him just to see if he does get.
He will be starting another lap by its things. Yeah, it's right at the start of the straight, the line.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap.
Yep, so there's the final lap started. So he's done Williams a solid there. He's given him Williams an extra lap to try and get this back from Richmond.
Yep. Is Lane still there though, or is he back?
Lane's still there, but he's kind of giving him that sort of like respect room now. A couple of car lines, so he's not a worry now. I think he's realised. And then Williams looks closer. I was going to say, this was shown a second. He looks closer than that. It's down to half a second. Can he do anything? Can he rustle a piece of magic on the last lap?
To make it an all Broom podium.
Tell you what, there's a KTM up ahead of them, a Barcher in 16th, a red KTM. Wouldn't condone it, but imagine if Barcher just went a bit slow up.
Yeah. If they were in a team
and
chat,
down
that's
the hill.
something you could do, but you probably don't want to do it unless you get kind of word from the teammate to do it.
I mean, they're fairly catching him now.
Yeah.
If taking a second out. I'm just.
He's going to get blue flag though, isn't he?
He's going to get out of the way. It looked like he was planning on getting out of the way there.
He doesn't know what to do, I don't think. He's gone on the grass.
Oh, he's cut some grass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
I had a feeling he didn't know what to do then.
yeah.
He survived.
So it does get out of the way, but it's
I
it's
saw by his
actually
car
caused-
body language, he didn't know where to go exactly. But he's
I
managed to
think
survive.
he should have been a bit more cynical there.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick check. Just want to see the Lico flash the lights there. He's going to steal a win.
Wow.
That's not stole a win. He's drove perfectly to a win. So we just have Lico flashing the lights. Portuguese madman brings home the win for Team Broom.
And Foster brings home
And behind
P2.
him, Foster and P2
This is-
wrecking the car in celebrations. If he was
Richmond's going to hang on to it.
sort of 70s rock
Pulled
star.
away from
Richmond's
Williams.
just got enough gap. Oh, Williams
It's okay.
saves it. Saves it. So yeah, Richmond will come home third, the leading Shark car.
Skunky's quite
Good
far
drive
back
from
as
him
well,
and
isn't
Chevy.
he? So 25 seconds.
Yep, and we got Williams in fourth. Tell you what. Skunky. Skunky is Alistair, Ali,
Andy.
Andy. He's just bringing it home in fifth. Great drive by him. Gives a flash of the lights as he turns into that left-hander.
His
Oh,
first.
how's he doing that? How's he flashing the
His first.
bottom lights but they're not the top lights?
Because that's what happens when you haven't got the headlights on.
No, I didn't know that. There you go. Kinsey in sixth. Good finish. Raku in seventh. A battle to seventh, really, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Good job in his first GT4 race there.
Yep. Over the line. Lights blazing as well. Paddy Ali in eighth in the KTM.
He's part of the band, isn't he?
That's
Could
a
be a
great-
driver of a day and contender there.
That's a great,
Cousins.
that's a great drive.
He dropped way back, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he had, yeah.
He pitted again, did he?
Yes, he did. He had an
Sorry, yeah, I
additional
remember
pit.
that now.
So
So he was pressuring for second at one point. Pressuring Lico, wasn't he? He could have won this race.
oh, yeah.
But he takes
There we
ninth.
go. He takes him ninth. Smits is our 10th. Oh, what we got here? We got some sort of lineup going. We got a little team picture here.
Team photos or race
Yeah, so we got
race photo of everyone. I don't know.
so we got all the Broom cars burning out in a little photo together. But yeah, good race. So, so I was going to say Smits 10th, Fazina 11th, Lane 12th, and fastest lap Broom 13th. He'll be delighted with 13th, I think. Actually, that's a good drive by him. Cox 14th, Zielakowski 15th. And Barcher 16th.
Yep.
Probably his best of the season at most difficult race. So good effort from him. Unsworth 17th, Cummins 18th, Grunert 19th. Great drive to get that into 19th after his opening couple of laps. Black Cowboys 20th, Murray 21st, Privet 22nd, Goldie 23rd, Mackay 24th, Morrison.
Yeah, I didn't see him leave, but he had a big
25th.
incident. Didn't
Massive incident and jumped back to the
Yeah.
pits, and then Chapman 17th, who we knew had a technical problem.
he? Well, there we go. Season finishes, and we were going to chat about some details for next season, but we never got around to it. But we'll put some details out this week about some thoughts for next season and when we might start up. It won't be for a few weeks yet. So
And we have at 20. Do we have a SWSR anniversary type 1 year race? 23rd of May. Is that worth promoting or?
yeah, we haven't actually come up with a format for it yet. So we need to get to work on that, and we'll get some details out. But yeah, we have got our 1 year anniversary race coming up in a couple of Tuesdays' time. So keep an eye out for the details on that one. We'll try and come up with some sort of fun format for that one-off race. Yeah. Thanks for doing the comms tonight, mate, and well done to all the
no
drivers
worries.
for surviving. just about.
Yeah, yep. Well done to Lico, Foster, and Richmond for the podium.
We
Great
don't know
stuff.
that we'll work out the teams at the standings. It looks like Team Broom will have won this, but we'll have to check that out before we
Yeah,
confirm.
I think the bookies will be paying out on that already, just because Broom gets triple points.
Yeah.
And he's in 13th, so
Sure.
I think that's quite obvious. So anyway, yeah, thanks for joining us, and I'll just stop the stream there, and I'll see people in the Discord.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers, bye.